Hey, everybody, how are you? Welcome to Sunday Setup. I'm so glad that you're here. In today's Sunday Setup, I'm going to talk to you about confronting the spirit of bitterness. So, I wanted to take a moment to thank everyone who is joining me. We're going to get started on that topic of bitterness in just a moment. This is a live video. So I'll wait a minute for folks to jump in and I'll say hello. And I always love watching where in the world you are watching from. So please make sure that you write in the comments section. And at the end, I'm going to share some more information about my upcoming 11-day shred. Now, this might be a little bit too much information for you, but I'm just going to be transparent, all right? I have sadly succumbed to one of the side effects of the pandemic. Yes, I have. And that is putting on a few extra pounds. It's not a lot, y'all. But if you were to carry, I meant to bring a 5-pound weight. If you were to carry a 5-pound weight around with you all day long, you'll realize that weight gets like really annoying and heavy. And especially if you put that 5-pound weight in your purse and you carried it on whatever shoulder you carry it on, you'll realize that it's like, wow, we actually shift our bodies in order to compensate for extra weight. So I don't know about you, if this has happened to you, maybe it's just me, but if you've gained a few extra pounds this past year, or you've gained that baby weight, when we got pregnant and had kids and 20, 30 years ago, or even the women or the men who have had baby weight gain too, because, life gets in the way. We end up putting the needs of other people before ourselves. And the next thing you know, we're 10 or 20 pounds overweight. I've been there. I gained 30 pounds and I figured out how to, manage my weight except for this last year. And if there's one thing that I've always talked about is that I've had like a goal weight that I will never, ever, 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 ever let myself get beyond that. Even though I'm within 5 pounds, y'all. That 5 pounds can easily turn into 10 or 20. So I'm going to do something about it. And if you want to join me, research shows that those people who have accountability partners or team will stick to their goals more often. So I'm going to if you want to make a significant change in your life, or even a small one, and you want to put your health first, I'm going to create a accountability team, and we're going to do an 11-day shred. And guess what, guys? Even Ted's going to do it. He has committed to doing it. So there's 2 easy steps. And again, if you're just joining me, I thank you so much. I'm going to get into the spirit of bitterness in just a second. I wanted to let you know I'm going to go into more detail about the 11-day shred. But just in case you popped in here really quick and you got to get moving, there's 2 easy steps if you want to find out more information about the 11-day shred. Number 1, you need to order the superfood nutrition that I'm going to be using, Ted's going to be using, and everybody else is going to be using that's in this. And you're going to get live coaching. You're going to get group coaching every day. There's going to be something great within those 11 days to keep you on course. So step number 1, you got to order the superfood nutrition, and you can email me at wildlywell21@gmail.com. wildlywell21@gmail.com. And we're going to help you get started and get the products that you need. And the second thing that you need to do is you just have to commit to 11 days, and that's it. I promise it will change your life. So if somebody wants to write in that comment section, wildly well, Ted's going to shred. Yes. Yes, I'm going to write that. Rose wrote that. Ted's going to shred. Yeah. So wildlywell21@gmail.com. So I wanted to talk to you about having a spirit of bitterness. And if this is you, I want to tell you a little bit of a story about some of my personal experiences. And we've all been there. We've all experienced tribulations in the past and things that have brought us to our knees. But you know what? Sometimes we never get up. We allow those difficult situations or even people to get the best of us. And resentment builds up within us, and that creates bitterness. And, maybe it's just me. I've seen, and I've talked to a lot of friends, and we end up complaining about things that are not fair. And, life is not fair. And oftentimes we talk about it a little bit too much. And that creates this resentment that builds up inside us, and it takes root. And, I've written about a situation in my marriage, and this book, Married to a Rock Star, and also this one, 4 Minutes to Happy, that was devastating to me. And even though it happened decades ago, I still feel it. I still think about it. And I had initially a lot of depression, and I was angry, and I allowed the spirit of fear and anxiousness and bitterness to reside within my bones. And I went on with my life as best as I could. I had a child to take care of, and I, made breakfast, lunch, and dinner for him, and I took care of the house, and I went on with my life. And I distracted myself with, everyday things like laundry and the busyness of life. I had a couple of businesses, and I just kept moving. It's like the hamster on the hamster wheel. You just keep going. But what happened was that bitterness built up inside me, and it took years before I really confronted it. And it took up a residence in my heart and soul. And, it's like trash in a trash can, in a wastebasket. I just kept pushing it down. You know how there's like papers or whatever, and you just keep pushing it down until you have to deal with it. And, eventually, sister, we got to take out the trash, if you know what I mean. You have to confront those demons that set up shop within your soul. And we have to stop the evil roots of bitterness from taking over our minds, bodies, and spirits. And I'm sure you've been around those people, at least I have, who manage to push your buttons, or they just flat out blatantly wronged you in some way. And I can see you're shaking your head. Yes, I get it. Maybe you were betrayed or rejected. I know what that's like, and it ain't fun, sister. And it's not easy. I want you to think about a nasty comment or something that someone did to you, something that someone said or something that someone did to you. Can you feel it? Can you remember that? Because I remember exactly where I was when somebody said something to me 33 years ago. I remember something that someone said to me a few years ago. I remember something that someone said to me yesterday. And for a minute, if you've ever had a sucker punch, or if you just like caught, something, you took a fall and you fell on something that took your breath away. That's what happens. That's what it's like, a sucker punch out of nowhere. That's what the spirit of bitterness does to us. It takes root in our mind, body, and spirit. And it can start with small complaints, grumblings to friends, or even to ourselves, that we're not good enough, or we're not smart enough, or we're just not enough. And it's like roots in a tree where it just keeps going, and it digs down deep. And that negativity grows, and it poisons our minds. When we're bitter or resentful about something or someone, what we're really saying here, y'all, is that we had a better idea than what God had planned. We had something else in mind. We wanted a perfect life without trouble, without hardships, without tribulations. We wanted things to go our way. Are you with me? We didn't want it to go that way. If you are shaking your head with me and you've been there, and now it seems like things are getting worse, you're right. I believe that we are truly battling a war of good versus evil. There's something going on, y'all, right now. There's spiritual warfare that is real. There's an unseen dark force that's behind many of the occurrences that are taking place right now. And I believe that everything has accelerated, and because everything's on the line. The evil one wants to cause us stress and fear and disappointment and disillusionment and bitterness. And Satan will attack us at every turn and at every opportunity, like a sucker punch, especially when we least expect it. Those of you who have followed me here, you know what happened to me. My home that was once featured on MTV Cribs was contaminated with toxic mold, and I got sick and almost died. And we had to demolish our house. We spent years rebuilding our lives, moving on. We walked away from our home with nothing, just the clothes on our backs, and got rid of those. And I'm going to have more information about toxic mold and how to overcome that. In fact, if you want to get more, you could go to my website, ShemaineNugent.rocks, ROCKS, and I've got a free mold checklist. And it's real. That's real. And you know what, y'all? I believe that was spiritual warfare against me. And I want to tell you about something that's recently happened. So years went by. We demolished that home. We moved to Texas. We built another dream home. It's been 18 years since we moved from Michigan. And you'll never guess what happened. We built this dream house, and despite the fact that we instructed our builder on, we have to build a house that cannot leak. We got sick and almost died from toxic mold exposure in our home because of water leaks. So we obviously drove home the issue that water leaks, can lead to toxic mold, and that can devastate you. It can make you sick. I was in the hospital for a month. I had pre-emphysema. I was on oxygen. So before we even moved into this house, we found 4 water leaks. And we've been dealing with that the past couple of years, and we've resolved it and we've moved on. But you're not going to guess what else happened. So the house in Michigan that we demolished, we still have the property up there, and Ted likes to go up there and spend the summers up there because it's a lot cooler than Texas. And we built a little cabin, 750 square foot log cabin. And just this week, we found mold in it. And you know what, y'all? I do feel like this is spiritual warfare happening to me. And when I told a friend about this, he said, I can't believe this is happening to you again and again and again. But here's what happened. I literally smiled because I get it. If you get to the point in life where you can see the spiritual warfare taking place in your life, and you can see that Satan is attempting to create the spirit of disillusionment, disappointment, bitterness, anger, resentment for things that didn't go the way that you wanted them to. When you get to that point, for me, what I said to my friend is like, I get it. Trust me, it's not like I looked at this, oh yeah, we got mold in yet another house. It's not like I looked at this and I went, yay, hooray. If I stopped to think about it all, I just probably bawl my eyes out. But that's what Satan wants. Satan wants me to wave the white flag and just give up and roll over. But I'm not gonna. What I did is I buckled down, and I have been reading books, amazing books, guys. John Eckhart, Deliverance in Spiritual Warfare, Unmasking the Devil. I've got my Spiritual Warfare Bible. This one, Prophetic Spiritual Warfare. Y'all, that's what's happening to me. I get it. Again, I'm not excited that all of this stuff has happened to me, but considering some of the things that have happened to everybody else, You know, there are people, we've hosted people at our home with children who have terminal cancer. And I can't even imagine that. So I want to encourage you, if you have right now, if you have any bitterness in your life for whatever reason, whatever you're going through, I want to encourage you to take your troubles to God. It's what I did, and it's what saved my life. Spiritual warfare is real. And if you want to get over it, here's one thing that you could do. Do me a favor, read Psalm 91, meditate on it, and see if it changes your perspective about tribulations in your life or about bitterness in your life. I hope this helps you guys. And I want to check out really quick, because I know this was an impromptu thing to talk about bitterness. It's not a happy thing. But I want to, yes, Tim, I'm gonna look at your comments. I thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for sharing this, because I have been super suppressed. And I believe that's because I'm onto something, because Satan is, repeat the names of the books, please. Okay, I will do that. The names of the book, this one, got to get this one. Prophetic Spiritual Warfare by Kathy DeGraw. Prophetic Spiritual Warfare. Spiritual Warfare Bible. This is a good one. John Ramirez, check out what's going on with him, or what happened to John. This is an amazing book. He's got some YouTube videos that have changed my life. John Ramirez, Unmasking the Devil, Strategies to Defeat Eternity's Greatest Enemy. And this one by John Eckhart, Deliverance in Spiritual Warfare. Y'all, don't give up. If you have the spirit of bitterness for whatever reason, take your troubles to God. Meditate on Psalm 91. Pray about it. And I do believe that this will change your life. I hope it will. All right, guys, I'm going to take a few minutes to check out your comments. Thank you so much for being here. Cheryl says, I'm going to get all of these, or some of these books. I'm so grateful for you. Kathy, spiritual warfare is real. Remain steadfast always. Satan is the big loser in our world. Yes, I'm with you guys. I love it. And I thank you guys so much for being here, for sharing this information, because I've been permanently suspended from Twitter. And if those of you who have followed me here, I don't think I try not to swear. I mean, I may have let a swear word slip here and there. And it's just, but I do believe Satan doesn't want those of us who are onto something to get the word out. So while I have you here, if you can share this, that'd be awesome. Because I do think that there are people who need to hear this message, and maybe it can change their life. Thank you so much. Prayers for protection, Dan. I appreciate that. Now, here's what I'm going to do with you guys. I am going to tell you a little bit about my 11-day shred, and I'm going to do a shot with you. And Ted's doing this with me too. So my sister-in-law, Anna, said just the other day, she goes, is it possible that doing this collagen elixir for 2 days can make a huge difference? Now, one of the reasons I'm sharing all of this with you guys about doing an 11-day shred and focusing on our health is because we need to take care of our health. We need to take care of our positivity, our mindset, so that we can help others. You can't help anyone else if you don't feel good. So if you want more information on my 11-day shred, you want to jump on the bandwagon with me and be part of my accountability team, we're going to coach you, encourage you. You can email me at wildlywell. You're welcome, Kev. I thank you so much for being here. You can email me at wildlywell21@gmail.com. If somebody can write that in a comment section, wildlywell21@gmail.com. Thank you, Steve. Thank you from Dayup. Oh, Dayup. I know. The UP, right? The UP. I'm from Michigan. I get that. Thank you, Randall. I appreciate that so much. Is that right, Steve? Did I get that right from the UP? Cheryl, thank you, Cheryl. I saw that right there. No, wildlywell21@gmail.com. Thank you, Cheryl Pinger, Cheryl Deans Pinger, wildlywell21@gmail.com. If you want to be part of that team. And Kathy says, I'm part of the team. Awesome. So 2 steps to be part of the team: order the superfood nutrition. And then we're going to set aside 11 days and we're going to do this. We're going to get healthy. We're going to shred. And Ted is doing it with me. So I promised you I was going to take a shot. I'm going to take a shot. All right. You ready? Here we go. Collagen elixir. I have to do it in 2 doses. 2 sips, right? And it tastes good, y'all. Isn't that awesome that you get superfood nutrition that doesn't taste like cardboard and you actually like it? So, all right, guys, we've been taking these products for 5 years now, and it's changed my life. People have asked me, what do I do for anti-aging, all that stuff. So email me at wildlywell21@gmail.com. I thank you guys so much for being here. Please share this, and I'll see you for sure every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern for Sunday Setup. All right, guys, have a great day. Make it a great day. Do something healthy and happy for you today. I'll see you next Sunday for sure, but also throughout the week. Bye for now.